Hey everybody, it's Sunday, so that means it's time for story time. I'm sure you have already noticed our very interesting looking friend here. This is a Tanzanian giant tailless whip scorpion. At least I think it's a Tanzanian. There's actually a ton of different types of tailless whip scorpions found throughout North and South America, Asia, and Africa. Most likely, this is a Tanzanian, which comes from Tanzania, which is in Africa. So this is a really interesting animal that, although it's called a whip scorpion, is not a scorpion. It's also not a crab. It's also not a spider. This is an ancient order of arachnid that dates back millions of years. I'm going to butcher their genus, but it's Amblygibid. No, that's wrong. It starts with an A, though. I know that much. These are really, really interesting creatures because, as you notice, they've got these long antennae-like features off their sides. This is because these guys tend to live in rotted out logs. They'll often live in caves or just really dark places in general. So as far as eyesight, things like that go, not very strong or not even present, depending on the species. So these long antennae feel around for the edges of the caves or edges of the piece of wood that they're rotted in, and also help them find food. Now, despite the name having scorpion in it, these guys aren't venomous. In fact, what they do is they use their pinchers up front here, and this allows them to grab their food and hang on to it. And those pinchers have little spikes in them. Kind of hard to see with him having them all tucked in there, but it's pretty efficient once they grab their food and are able to hang on to it. Now, they do have a bit of a scary appearance to most people, especially if you're not really into invertebrates, but they are absolutely harmless. In fact, the longer you spend with them, the more time you spend looking at them, you'll see that they're actually a really, truly unique creature. And you may have recognized them from certain movies. They did use them in one of the Harry Potter movies. I can't remember which one, but they used them to show all the forbidden curses, and they enlarged him and then, unfortunately, did what they did. Very, very cool animal. And as long as you don't disturb them or mess with them too much, they, for the most part, just sit still. They're very easy to care for. Now, they can vary in size, depending on where they come from. You're looking at anywhere between 2 inches to sometimes up over 20 inches. Now, if this is a true Tanzanian, we're looking at about 2 to 3 inches on body length, but if it spreads its legs out, that can be more like 6 to 7 inches. If those antennae go out, well, then you have like a 10-inch spread on them. Now, what's even more cool about that is their lifespan. These guys can actually live upwards of 10 to 15 years. They've been known to stretch 15 years in captivity, but the more we learn about them, the better care we take of them, we might even be able to see upwards of 20 years on them, which is pretty unheard of for an invertebrate. If you've watched my videos before, you know that when we talk about tarantulas, a lot of female tarantulas can easily push 15 to 20 or 25 years, some of them even 30 or more. So the more we learn about invertebrates, the more interesting they become. This being one of the most unique ones that we've ever really carried here at Proofs. And we're very, very fortunate to have this guy. We did have a trio of them, but the other one sold, so this guy is still currently looking for his forever home. Now, I just realized I forgot to wear a Proofs shirt, but ironic, I'm wearing a Spider-Man shirt while talking about invertebrates, so I think it's going to be okay this week. We are going to read a book called Underwear by Mary Elise Monsell. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started. I'm going to do my best to just kind of keep this guy on camera without disturbing him, because he's doing really, really well and just sitting in one spot. So hopefully he doesn't mind me flipping pages or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and get started on our Sunday book. Zachary Zebra did not like buttons or snaps or sleeves or slippers or zillions of zippers. But he did like underwear. He liked all kinds of underwear in all colors and prints and styles. His best friend Orpho, the orangutan, loved underwear too. Every year, Ortho took a barrage from Borneo to see Zachary. Together, they went to the world's greatest grassland, Underwear Fair. Each time, Zachary and Orpho bought as much underwear as they possibly could. They bought orange spotted underwear and underwear with palm trees and bananas. They bought zebra striped underwear, leopard spotted underwear, and underwear with fish and monkeys, and kangaroos and elephants, and colorful grassland flowers. Zachary wore underwear with underwear. Zachary wore underwear with underwear on it. Orpho wore underwear with people on it. Sometimes they wore underwear all at once. Not everyone thought underwear was fun. Bismarck the Buffalo refused to like underwear. He was not very happy Buffalo. Bismarck didn't smile or laugh or tell silly jokes, and he certainly did not want to wear underwear anywhere. Buffalo don't wear underwear, bellowed Bismarck. Underwear is fun, said Igor the egret. He strutted on Bismarck's back, happily popping bugs into his beak. Fun, ha! Boomed Bismarck. Buffalo don't need to have fun. Everyone needs to have fun, said Igor. Is underwear better than mud holes, asked Bismarck. Not quite, said Igor. Can you run faster in underwear, asked Bismarck. Hardly, said Igor. Can you eat underwear, asked Bismarck. I never had, said Igor. There, yelled Bismarck. Underwear is useless. Meanwhile, Orpho and Zachary were having a great deal of fun wearing all of their underwear. Everywhere they possibly could. But Bismarck grew grumpier and grumpier. In fact, he was so grumpy that the bugs on his back flew off to find a nicer buffalo. Buffalo don't need bugs, thundered Bismarck. I do, said the irked egret. He flew away to find another buffalo. Bismarck was all alone. Our little whip scorpion friend is still hanging on very nicely. The grassland animals felt a little sorry for the gloomy buffalo. He's a sad case, said Orpho. He's good at finding grass, offered Zachary, but not good at keeping bugs, added Igor. It's a tragedy, said Zachary. To be clever but not happy? He doesn't want to be happy, said Orpho, or doesn't know how, sighed Igor, thinking about lost bugs. Buffalo don't need to be happy, snorted Bismarck, who had wandered over to graze. Said Zachary. Suddenly he had an idea. Maybe you're right. I'll bet you can't laugh, even if you say the word underwear 10 times. Buffalo don't laugh, said Bismarck. There is danger, of course, said Orpho. You might not be able to stop laughing. Nonsense, said Bismarck. You might be silly and tell jokes, warned Igor. I'll say it and I won't laugh, barked Bismarck. I won't be silly, and I won't tell jokes, and I won't have fun. I won't. Ooh, now our whip scorpion friend is getting adventurous and starting to climb all around. Underwear, he scowled, not laughing yet. Underwear, I won't laugh. Underwear, Underwear, Oh dear, underwear, ha ha. Oh, that feels good. Underwear, Underwear, giggles, snorts, chortle, ha ha ha. Underwear, ha ha ha. And try as he could, Bismarck could not keep a straight face when he said the word underwear. To this day, he laughs and tells silly buffalo jokes. The bugs are back. Bismarck is a cheerful friend whenever anyone is sad and lonely. And of course, old Bismarck the buffalo loves underwear as much as anyone. So, this was a fun story about just learning to not be so serious about yourself, let go, and have a laugh. Because sometimes we take things way too seriously, and that tends to make life not so much fun. But if you can learn to just let go and laugh at certain things, life kind of becomes a lot better. So, like our little friend here, if you're afraid of bugs, sometimes you just kind of need to let go, accept the fact that they're here, and you might even end up learning to love them. So, I hope you guys had fun learning about our giant tailless whip scorpion friend and reading our book Underwear by Mary Elise Monsell. We'll see you guys next week.